はい、こんばんは。じゃあ続きからやっていきましょう。とりあえず今は家に帰るっていう感じですね。てかもう5日目だったんだな。1週間しか猶予なかったよね。あと2日しかないじゃん。何も分かってないけど。やばくね。で、グレースのアパートに戻る前にちょっとアポロと会話してみようかな。なんかあるかも。
Grace, back again so soon. Did you find Medusa after all? You've been on my mind ever since you told me about her.
I did, and it was fine. I told you it would be.
大親友のおかげで何もありませんでした。
Okay, it almost wasn't fine, but it worked out.
何の今の
Nobody got hurt.
I see. Perhaps you'd best tell me what happened then.
カクカクしかじが。
That sounds like quite the harrowing experience.
いや、確かに危なかったね。
Very poorly indeed.
何を心配してくれてたの？
If I didn't know better, I'd say you were worried about me.
I will always worry about you, Grace.
Is that a good thing? I'll take it as a good thing.
If you've cleared Medusa's involvement, that still leaves us with Pan.
パンね、どうなんだろう
Have you confronted
な。
him about it?
He admitted to selling out Calliope, but not to killing her. I don't know if I can believe him.
I've never thought of Pan as a liar so much as a manipulator. Still, he would do anything to protect himself. I'll have to give this some thought. Anything else you'd like to discuss while you're here?
あ、特にないか。
No, that's
まあ、報
okay.
告に来ただけです。
I'll see you later, Apollo.
そっか、まあでも、誰か、前も言ってたんだけど、パンが、そうね、人殺しまでするかという、ところはあるんだよな。なんか殺してるような感じではないんだよね。雰囲気で決めるのはちょっと危ないけど。今んとこすげえ怪しいやつがいないんだけど。どうすればいいんだ俺は。時間がねえぞ。あ、
Oh,
ヘルメス。
hi, Grace.
勝手にくつろぐ
I
な。
can just call you Grace, right?
That's my name.
あれフレディは
Where's Freddy?
She went out to get snacks. We were gonna watch TV while we waited, but, well, here you are.
え、俺を待ってんの？変な感じ。変な感じって何？
Will there be an idol here every time I come home? Just walking into my apartment, uninvited?
Oh, I was invited. Freddie said I could stay. I haven't touched anything, I swear.
さっきリモコンに触っただ
Not
ろ
really my。point.
Anyway, I guess Athena wants to talk?
え、
I can zip us over to Olympus anytime, if you're free.
アテナが断ってもいい？
Do I have a choice about seeing Athena? I'm not in the habit of being at anyone's beck and call.
I mean, I guess you could say no, but I wouldn't. If Athena wants something, she's gonna get it
まあ、
eventually.
後が怖そうだ
She
な
had。that look in her eyes, like she really wants to talk to you.
何
She could
怖
always come here. Everyone else does.
Athena entered the mortal world? And now she doesn't do that ever. Can you imagine?
アテナはオリンポスから出ることはないの？なんで？
How does Athena manage never entering the mortal world?
She doesn't have to, I guess. Everyone brings her everything she needs. And that creepy owl
回
of
覧板とかどうしてん
hers?
の？
Apollo says it's her eyes out in the world. It's everywhere. Watching.
あの袋で見れてんのか？
Never leaves the building?
She'll go to the reliquary and places like that. Just never where mortals are. She wears a toga and calls cars iron horses.
なんだ、塔がって。で、オリンポスに連れてくってのがあんたの仕事なの？
So this is what you do? Ferry people around?
I'm the god of messengers, baby. Travelers, doorways, any kind of transition, really. The old Hermes said that the transition part made even more sense for me, which, you know, extra cool, right?
Yeah, that's true.
I
つまり
can
君は
connect
アッシ
any
ー
two
君ってこと
doorways
ね。
anywhere, just like that. So it's super easy to take people wherever. I don't mind.
すげえな。めちゃくちゃ便利じゃん。どこでもドアが使えるってわけだ。使いっ走りをするのが好きなの。言い方よ。言い方がちょっとトゲがない？
You say it's easy, but do you like doing all these errands?
Huh. Yeah, I never thought about it. It's nice to have a purpose. Athena is super sweet, and she has a big, important job. Why wouldn't I want to help her out?
You can't be this nice.
いい
Are you
志だけ
for
ど。
real?
Oh, well, the old Hermes used to say that a willingness to serve is more important than a willingness to be
して
served.
もらいたいよりもしてあげたい。うわ、いい言葉だけど、でも、なんかくれてもよくない？こんだけ手伝ってあげてんだから、お金とかもらってんですか？先代のヘルメスを知ってんの？
You mentioned the old Hermes a lot. You knew him?
Yeah, I was homeless for a while. It wasn't a great time, and he took me in.
あ、ホームレスだったんだ。
Everyone's on the same journey, he used to say. Only the roads are different. And then he went on his journey. Man, I still miss him every day.
Wait, isn't he still inside you? Aren't you kind of the same person now?
Not yet. It's only been a year. Maybe I'll feel him again one day. That'd be nice.
でも1年経っても、その全神の存在を感じられるぐらいにはならないんだね。これは個人差があるのかな？わかんないけど、まあ、とりあえず行こう。
I suppose there's no point in putting it off. Do your thing. Take me to Olympus.
フレディに書き置きを残したいの。
Okay. Oh, when you see Freddie, tell her I'm sorry I couldn't stick around for the movie.
おい、何仲良くなってんだ？
And mind if I say something?
あ？
Sure.
You've changed. I mean, from the person I met when I first came here. When, you know, you got it together really quick.
気遣ってくれてんのかな？
Thanks, I guess.
鳥もありがとう。アテナが何の用だよ。上に呼び出されるのってあんまいい思い出ないからな。ここで？なんでもう一回特性を選択すんの？何これどういうこと？魅惑的が選べないわ。なんで？賢いかな。
There you are, Grace. Do have a seat.
I prefer to stand, thanks.
As
バ
you
チバ
like.
チだな。
You've certainly been busy, haven't you? Everywhere I turn, there you are. Including the reliquary.
Oh,
I'm uncertain how you got access, but even you must have realized it's off limits. Particularly for your mortal friend.
説教しに来たんすか？説教しに呼び出したんすか？怒ってんの？まあでもな、俺だって1週間しかないんだからさ、どんな手でも使って無実証明しないといけないんだよ。
am I not supposed to be proving my innocence? Would you prefer I did nothing?
I'd prefer you didn't break any other rules in the meantime.
Such as? Do you have a list I can read, or do you just
聞かされてないんですけど、
make them
その
up as
規
you
定
go?
を。
You think our judgment was rash? It was. In truth, I worried that giving you time, letting us all get to know you, would make it harder in the end. I am sorry, Grace. You may not believe it, but I care deeply. I care about what happens to you and to all the idols.
信じたいとこだけど、ちょっと怪しいんだよな、アテナ。ちょっとだけね。よく言うよ。それでみんなどうなったの？
Do you really? Let's explore where all that caring has gotten them, shall we? You're holding on with a grip so tight, your knuckles are turning white. But that's not enough, is it? Every idol I've met is either lost or broken, or both. They're all slipping through your fingers. If you actually cared about them, you'd do something about it instead of sitting up here worrying about your precious rules.
Zeus was the first to leave. King of the gods. And we don't even know what became of him. Vanished.
ゼウスが初めに。
Poseidon was
ここ去っ
next.
たのか。
Walked out into the seas.
有名な奴らが
Never
どん
to
ど
be
ん。
heard from again. Ares betrayed us. Hephaestus saved us. Hades was murdered. And by one of our own. The list goes on.
なんでその話を？
I've heard most of that, sure. What does it have to do with me?
We are dying, Grace. I don't mean diminishing or drifting apart. I mean our
あ、
immortality
そう
is
なんだ。
disappearing. Very soon now, the idols will be no more. We are a legacy that spans millennia, dating back to the very dawn of humankind. So yes, I care. I will do anything and everything in my power to avoid that fate, even if it appears unfair.
どうしよう。力になってやれたのに。上から行くな。ごめんなさい。まあちょっと強く言い過ぎたかな。ごめんなさい。
You feel responsible, don't you? For
まあそん
everything.
な不死性失われてるとは知らなかったけど。
Aphrodite wallows in her pain, Apollo in his regrets, and Persephone in her bitterness. Every other idol of power is gone.
So
あ、
there's
力残ってんのも
only
その
you.
人だけなのか。
You have to shoulder the burden for everyone, like it or not. I'm sorry, Athena. I had no idea.
They won't thank me for it. I know we've put a great deal on your shoulders, Grace. I do. All I called you here to ask is that you please not make my job more difficult than it already is. If you have any other questions or concerns, now's the time to bring them up.
問題と言われてもな。別に、確かに成長うろうろしたことはあるけど、何もしてないよ、俺。なんか問題を起こしたってわけでもないけどな。まあ、釘を刺されたって感じ。成長に入れるの誰知りたいね。確かに。でも後回しにしようかな。メデューサについて。
Alright, let's talk about Medusa.
Met her, have you?
彼女にかけられた呪いを解けないの。
Is it true you can't remove her curse? Or is she just too useful?
I wish I could remove the curse. I'm afraid the Athena who bestowed it is long gone.
ああ、今のア
She
テナ
was
じゃねえのか。
prideful, that Athena. As prideful as she was powerful, I'm ashamed to say.
The current Athena is responsible for everything she's done.
いや、そうかもし
I
ん
am
ないけ
well
ど。
aware, Grace. What is it that you would have me do exactly?
呪い解いてあげてよ。どうにかして。どうにかしてちょっと丸投げな気がするけど。使うのやめてあげたらいいんじゃないかな。いや、どうなんだろうな。
How about you stop treating her like a servant? Maybe send her somewhere she won't be tempted all the time.
Oh, well, if you happen to hear of a diet camp for man-eating monsters, by all means, do let me know. Now, if there isn't anything else?
やんわりと却下された。パンについて教えてくれ。
What do you know of Pan?
Pan? That's not a name I expected to hear. Been sniffing around you, has he?
I have some suspicions, and I'm curious to hear your thoughts.
Pan lurks at the edges because he likes it there, seeking out whatever profit he thinks he can get away with. Avoid him, dear, or he'll stick to you like gum to the bottom of your shoe.
ガム呼ばわりかよ。めちゃくちゃ嫌ってんだな。パンは誰かを殺したりすると思う。
Okay, so you don't like Pan much. I get that. But do you think he could kill someone?
We've all killed, my dear. I was once a warrior queen, feared by mortals and gods alike.
Another idol, I mean.
Is that where your investigation has led you? To Pan?
何かを見落としてる。賢いカリスマ、なんだっけ、賢いのを、なんて言えばいいんだあれ。スタンスを取ったんで、青いやつが取れるぞ。 何か見落としてるな。
Sort of, but I feel like I'm missing something important. Maybe the goddess of wisdom could help me out?
It would be helpful to know what Calliope was doing at the reliquary, but she's not available to ask. Not until you regain her memories, at least.
Why not
じゃあそ
put
れま
off
で
the
の、
trial
期間
until
をくださいよ。
then? Seems like a good way to solve all this. Yeah?
And trust what you decide to share? I think not.
にっこりが怖えよ。じゃあ成長になれるのは誰だ？
Who has access to the reliquary?
それが分かれば
Is it anyone with a key? Or
調査の方法があ
Does
る
it
かも。
matter? You gained access, so clearly it is not difficult to get. Speaking of which, I don't suppose you'll tell me who gave you that key.
教えていいのか？カリオペと同じだよ。まあ嘘じゃないからねこれは。
the same person gave it to me who gave it to Calliope.
And who gave it to Calliope then? I see.
あんたも成長に行ったんでしょ。ちょっと怪しいからなってな。
Speaking of the reliquary, you went there, right? Once Hecate told you what happened?
Yeah, I was not impressed by the delay.
If you had known about that, the night Calliope died, would it have made a difference?
The chances are exceedingly small that you attacked her there, it's true. Yet, Calliope was weakened, which made her more vulnerable prey for an enterprising mortal. One she knew. Perhaps the incidents are connected, perhaps not. I cannot afford the risk of uncertainty, Grace. I'm sorry.
まあそれはちょっとわかるけど、でも疑わしきか。もう行くよ。もうないかや聞けるこ
I
と
guess
は。
I'll get back to my investigation.
I am rooting for you, Grace. If there's another way to resolve
応援してる
this
感じじゃねえ
any
んだよ。
way at all, I will
す
take
ぐ俺を
it.
裁きてみたいな感じだもんな。
Will you? Really?
うそくせ。
Feel free to take a cookie on your way out.
え？おう。いりません。アテナがちょっと怪しいからな、そもそ
I
も。
can't say I'm surprised. Athena has always struggled in a crisis.
Well, that's a nice way of putting it.
Remember, she was a warrior. When pressed, she's always turned to that aspect,
Weird.
sought to maintain absolute control. It'd be hypocritical to say it's wrong of her. She's battled for me as much as for anyone.
アイドルは本当に死にかけてんの？わかるようなもんなの？
Do you think she's telling the truth about the idols dying out?
Yes, though I find it odd she chose to tell you.
Maybe Athena thought, who'd believe Grace if she blabbed about it anyway?
Sadly, while I'd prefer to stay in her good graces, I doubt that will be possible.
Uh-oh.
And,
What now?
You may not like this, but you need to go back to the reliquary.
何言ってもらうって。理由は分かってるよ。分かんないんだけどなんで？
You know, Athena said something to me. That it'd be nice to know what Calliope was doing there in the first place.
As usual, you're way ahead of me.
ごめん。
It's the only
俺は
piece of
差
the
し付い
puzzle
てな
we're
かったけど。
missing. Calliope went there because she had a plan. But what plan?
あ、そうね。もう
If she
探る
left
としたら
clues
成長しかないから。
behind, wouldn't Hecate have found them already?
That's a really good question.
確
Remember
か
how I
に。
told you it'd be years before you got Calliope's memories back? Well, that's true, but
え？
not entirely.
あ、そうなの？
Okay.
Those memories are inside you. You go somewhere important to Calliope or touch something special to her,
あ、そうなんだ
you。will get flashes, feelings.
Do you want Grace to go to the reliquary so she can have deja vu?
Whatever happened to Calliope there, it ended her life. All we need to do is uncover those memories.
なるほどね。カリオペと同じような行動をすることでカリオペの記憶がすぐに出てくるかもしれないというわけだ。本当にうまくいくのかそれ？
Are you sure about this? You want me to wander around hoping something comes to me?
Am I sure? No.
まあでもやらないわけにいかないか。可
Oh,
能性があるなら。
that's comforting.
What if Medusa is lying? What about Pan? We could look into him some more, couldn't we?
Oh, well, do you have a way we could look into those things without encountering even more lies?
確かに余計かき回されそ
Deja
う。
vu it is.
すぐ却下された。他に方法ないの？
Is there really no other way? This seems a bit desperate.
あと2日しかな
I
いの。
think that's kind of the point, Grace.
There isn't much time left, and I'm out of ideas that won't take more time than we have.
Well, there's always running, right? Grace leaves the city, goes on a world tour, becomes rich and famous.
相手神だよ。
It's just me.
やばくない？
Okay then.
ジョークが効いてんな。どうやって成長にまあ何探せばいいんだ？
Let's
まず。
say I do this. What am I hoping to find?
Some memory of what happened to Calliope, even a flash. Anything that gives us something to work with.
And if that doesn't happen?
Make it happen, Grace. As if your life depends on it.
それしかないってこ
I
と
can really see why the idols call you the cheery one.
I'm sorry, but why is she here again?
Last time Freddy and I were there, Hecate wouldn't let us into the reliquary. Not without Athena's permission.
そうね
Okay. Do you want to ask Athena for permission?
It just
くれないで
seems
しょ。
like a radical step. For you.
A week ago, I would have said that breaking into the reliquary couldn't be done. A week ago, I couldn't have imagined being here. My stance on a lot of things has changed. If you have another idea, however, I'm happy to go
ア
along
ポロ
with it.
前向きになったな。あのなよなよしてたアポロはどこ行ったのか。成長には警報がある。そうね。
What about the alarms? I'm not eager to have Asterion chasing me through the fog.
Calliope snuck in without setting off any alarms. At least at first.
Well,
また
I'll be
忍び込むの？
following in Calliope's footsteps,
なん
won't
か
I?
言ってなんとかな
What
らん？
if I follow the
ならん
wrong
か。
footstep and set them off?
Then the alarms bringing Asterion and Hecate and all three of us do
平
a
山に。
great deal of apologizing.
Let's just hope that's all those alarms do.
Right then. Back to the reliquary it is.
Any idea
Yosh.
how you want to do this, Grace? Because I'm game to help.
フレディ、
I'm sure we can figure something out.
フレディがいるとマジ心強いからな。どうした？
I can't go into the reliquary with you. Not without tipping off Hecate. But I won't be far.
あ
If
り
I
が
get
とう
the。slightest sense that something has gone wrong, I am
バレちゃうんだ。
coming in. Still, promise me you won't take risks.
まあ、頑張るよ。そうしないよう努めはするけど、約束はできないね。
I'll try.
Ugh, can we just get on with this already?
イチャイチャしてすまん。またここに来たのか。あ、ヘカテと正直に話す。なるほど。いや、ヘカテめちゃくちゃ、あれだから石頭だからな。アテナの許可がないと絶対入れてくれなさそうだけど、とりあえず行ってみよう。一応付き合わせてあげたし。あげたっていう言い方がもう、あれだけど。
So that is now.
なんだ
Oh, you were
それも本に
expecting
書いてあ
us?
るのか。
It is written that you would come.
そうなんだ。
Yes.
That is so cool. I kid you not.
Yet it was also written that you would sneak into the reliquary as Calliope did. So this encounter
あ、あれ
is unanticipated.
忍び込むことがもう想像されてる。まあでもなるべく正面から行った方がいいかなと思いまして、忍び込みたくなかったんだ。
I figured talking face to face would be more civilized and, you know, less dangerous.
I appreciate your motivation. Though surely you cannot think mere etiquette will change my answer.
ありゃ私に借りがあるだろう。
Didn't I make you
お前。
and Minotaur, well, happier?
You did. It is pleasant.
Isn't that worth anything?
This was true when you were here last, and yet I still considered my duty paramount.
I guess it can't be that pleasant.
My happiness is irrelevant. I am grateful for all you have done, but my purpose here cannot be so easily cast aside.
まあそうだよね。ヘカテが正しいわ。それはそう。お前は仕事ができる人間だよ。でも俺たちにとっては困るな。アテナも絡んでるんだけどどう？
The only reason you won't let me in is because Athena forbids it, right?
She is the one to whom I made my promise, yes.
What if I said that she's a suspect in Calliope's death?
Is she a suspect?
She's
まあ
an
ないと
idol.
は言えない。
I don't know that she's not a suspect. Yet. Without more evidence, isn't her command potentially self-serving?
うまく言いまとめてんの。
You will regret this. That is also written.
That is a yes.
Go quickly.
あんまりその本
Look, but
信用
do
できなく
not
なってきてる
touch.
よ。お、
The reliquary
マジか
stores
入れてくれ
many
んのか。
artifacts, some dangerous.
Got it.
ありがとう。話せば案外わかるやつじゃん。うわ
Okay,
ー、
Grace.
ダクソのステージみたい
What。the heck do you do
なん
now?
か霜が溜まってんすけど。
Of all the times to not have Freddy around, she'd love this. First things first, how do I do this? Where do I even start?
でも触るなって言われたからな。
Calliope must have been here. She could have stood in this very spot. Maybe if I just...
なんとなくわかんの。お、カリオペの幻影が。いるいるいる。なんか悲しそうだな。ん？
Yeah, it's weird. Like, I've definitely been here before.
カリオペの記憶が来てんのかな。うわ、なにこれ。あ、これがあれか、神々の、あれじゃない？武器とかね、伝説的なものばっかりだよな。何この泣いてるやつ。お面知らね。ファベルジェの卵。いきなり知らねえの来たな。なんだこれ。どれ？これか。なんか蛇が巻いてんな。これにどういう伝説があるの？
Don't get any feeling from that. Will I know it when I see it?
えわからん。楽器を見る。これなんだろうな。ラッパ的な感じ？
Is that a weapon? A musical instrument?
武
Maybe it's
器。
both.
これでどうすんだろう。殴んのかな武器で殴れんだったら何でもいい気がするな。マスク見る。怖いんだけどこれ何のマスク？
What did Freddy say about mazes? Was it always go left? Or go left and then go right?
え、そんなことした？お面について触れないの？三つ股の矛を見る。これトライデントじゃない？ポセイドンのやつ。
Is this an armory too?
なんか三つもある意味ってあんのかなよくわかんないよな。リンゴを見る。あ、黄金のリンゴだ。めっちゃ回復しそう。
Freddy, are you out there? Can you hear me?
いるわけないでし
What
ょ
am I。doing? All that'll do is tell everyone where I am.
フレッディ一緒に来てないんだから。枝を見る。俺もなんか見たことあんだよな。なんか神々が頭に巻いてそうだよね。
They should really charge for tours. It's kind of amazing.
あ、オリーブが鳴ってる。美味しそう。うん。巻物を見る。何これ？何書かれてんの？なんか目玉書かれてない。
I don't even know what language that is.
何見てもわかんないな。像を見る。
Shouldn't that be in a museum somewhere?
これだけどこにでもありそうだな。鏡を見る。あともうこれしかないぞ。お、
This is it. Calliope was here,
鏡見てたのカリオペは。
standing right here. And she...
うわ、なんだ？ うわー、吸い込まれそう、鏡に。触っちゃダメなんじゃないの？カリオペア触れようとしたのか。おお、なんだなんだ。やべえ。なんか誰？こんにちは。
Hello. Do you work for Hecate? Are you guardians or something?
なんかやばいもん持ってるもんだ。やべえぞ、逃げた方がいいんじゃないか、これは。音もなんか近づいてきてる。歌わせてやる。こいつら歌えんのか？やばい。聞かない。やばい。めちゃくちゃ鋭利なもの持ってるもん。
What's happening? Why didn't it work?
人間じゃないんじゃないこれ。やばい。先回りされてる。いや、3人で別れた方がいいんじゃない？いや、なんで敵に助言してんだ、俺は。
Grace?
フレディ！お前なんでこんなとこに？いや、フレディやばいぞ。
Freddy! We've got to run. My powers don't work on them. They just keep coming.
お前も入れてもらえたんかい。こいつ何？どうした？フレディ。
No, I won't let you.
嘘。うわー、なんてこと。帰っちゃうの？フレディ。
Oh God. Oh God, Freddy.
Oh no. Oh, Grace.
You summoned the Furies.
What?
Those beings were the Furies, beyond all our laws. Not idols, but the embodiment of retribution.
報いの決
How
心。
did you draw them here?
I didn't. There was a big mirror, but I didn't even touch it.
There is only one mirror of which you could be speaking. That used by the goddess Nyx to contact the Fates. Using the mirror would not have brought the Furies down upon you. Not unless the
言われて
Fates
もわかんない
themselves
よ。
decreed it.
ちょっとフレディを助けてよ。まだ生きてないの？
I don't care what brought them. They killed Freddy. You
もう死ん
need
じゃ
to
った
help
の？
her.
I have no power over life and death, Grace. None of us have that.
そんな。
This was no defense or spell of the reliquaries. I do not have the power to summon the Furies, and I know none who do. You should consider yourself fortunate, Grace. They do not desist until retribution has been exacted. But now is when you leave. Pray the knowledge you obtained was worth the price.
フレディ置いていけないよ。
I'm not leaving Freddy. Not like this. All this magic. There has to be something. Don't tell me there's no way to undo this.
We have to leave. We have to leave now.
せめて埋葬とか。あのままにすんの？うわー、フレディ、マジかよ。まさか死んでしまうとは。アパートに戻るしかないのか。